So in this video, I'm going to be going over sandboxing. What is sandboxing? Sandboxing is this is Wikipedia's stupid definition. Sandboxing is isolating the process from the host system so that the program's extent of what it can change is highly limited or controlled. Highly limited and controlled. What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't make any sense. It's just a bunch of gobbledygook. I mean, geez, Wikipedia. And what really is sandboxing? Sandboxing is when a process on the computer, on your computer, the computer, a computer, whatever computer. Sandboxing is when a process on a computer restricts in some form another process on the same computer. That's what sandboxing is. What can be sandboxed? Sandboxing is a very generic term, and there are many different types of things that can be sandboxed. Scripts can be sandboxed, tabs in internet browsers can be sandboxed, entire programs or specific parts or functions of programs can be sandboxed, and you can even sandbox an entire computer system by running it in a virtual machine. Why would you want to sandbox a process on your computer or sandbox your computer itself? You want to sandbox a process, whatever that process may be, a program, a script, whatever, when you don't trust that process to not harm your computer. So basically, if you have a program, if you have a script, if you have some code, right, some software that you think might be harmful to your computer, it might be a good idea to sandbox it in order to find out if it's actually harmful to your computer. Like if you have a program that you're thinking about downloading on your computer, maybe you should download it on a spare computer, find out if it hurts your computer, and so on and so forth. If it hurts the computer, you obviously know, right? So here's a question: how do you, as a user, sandbox a process on your computer? So if you want to sandbox something as a user, it all depends on what you're sandboxing and how bad the threat is. If your threat is some sort of crazy super virus, you put it on an entirely separate machine, and then when you're done, you incinerate that machine. You never use it again for anything, ever. If your threat that you're sandboxing is just a normal virus, you put it on an entirely separate machine, and then once you're done, you simply wipe the operating system of that separate machine. If your threat is just a Linux distro that you're not sure about, run it in a virtual machine. If your threat is a program that you're not sure about, run it in a container or restricting an OS or kernel function. And finally, what are the cons of sandboxing? There is a con to sandboxing. It can lead to a lot of errors and unexpected behaviors depending on how well the app plays with its limited environment. And that is what sandboxing is.